Trinity Church, my question for us today is this. Do we believe in the power of prayer? You see, I believe that prayer changes things. I remember reading this amazing list by a guy called R.C. Sproul that showed what happened when people prayed in the Old Testament. I can't remember all of it, but here's a rough idea. By prayer, Esau's heart was changed. By the prayer of Moses, God brought plagues upon Egypt and then removed them again. By prayer, when Samson was ready to perish with thirst, God brought water out of a hollow place for his sustenance. By prayer, Samson's strength was restored. Abraham prayed and received a son at 100 years old. We've talked about Moses already, but he also received God's miraculous help at the Red Sea. The Israelites who were delivered from Egypt were done so after much prayer. What about David, who escaped the treachery of Saul by prayer? Solomon, who received great wisdom as the result of prayer? Daniel, who was able to interpret dreams after prayer? People were delivered from peril, healed from diseases. They saw loved ones cured. They witnessed innumerable miracles as the result of fervent prayer. But we could also talk about Joshua, who prayed for the sun to stand still. Elijah prayed for the rains to be held back for 3.5 years, and they were. Sometimes God moves in miraculous ways as the result of prayer. In my life, and I'm sure in yours too, God has done some amazing things in response to prayer. Churches are built on the prayers of their people. Now, because we believe in the power of prayer, I want to invite you to join us for a week of prayer at the end of April. So it's starting on Monday, April 22nd, with a prayer walk through the city. We're going to be praying every evening from 7 to 9 p.m. from Tuesday until Saturday. And then on Sunday morning at our regular gathering, we're still going to be devoted to prayer too. Why? Because we want God to break in. We want God to speak to us. We want God to move in and through us. Some of our church have sensed God calling them to fast from dawn until dusk, from now until the end of the week of prayer. Maybe you're sensing that call too, or perhaps maybe just a call to fast for one day a week or something like that. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. What matters is that we give God all the glory and we trust in Him to move powerfully at Trinity Church. Now, can I encourage you to note these dates down and to try and make it to maybe 3 or maybe more days of the week if you possibly can. I want us to take a stand for the kingdom of God and pray fervently that His kingdom would come and that His will would be done. Imagine what would happen if the church embraces outrageous prayer with the faith-filled passion that the early church did. That's the church that I want to be a part of. Imagine what God might do.